God's advice today. Have you ever felt that God is trying to speak to you, yet in the busyness of life, His signs go unnoticed? This message invites you to pause, reflect, and open your heart. Perhaps this is exactly what you needed to hear today. Watch until the end with openness, and if these words touch you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to receive more messages like this. Don't forget to check the pinned comment for a 1-minute prayer and a recommended message to help strengthen your faith even more. God said, "My beloved son, calm your heart and listen to me with all your soul, for today I pour over you not only words, but destiny, direction, and fulfilled promise. I want you to receive these truths as someone who receives a breath of new life, because everything I moved in the hidden place is about to be manifested before your eyes. For nothing is impossible with God." Luke chapter 1 verse 37. I have kept something with your name written in eternity, preserved from every attempt of delay, protected from every force that tried to tire you, frustrate you, or make you give up. Do you feel ready for a deep change in your life and in the lives of those you love? Sometimes all we need is a small step of faith to open the doors of abundance, peace, and blessings that God has already reserved for us. A simple 1-minute prayer can be the beginning of a spiritual journey that transforms the inner self and reflects on the outer world. If you desire to attract more light, balance, and prosperity, spiritual and material, click on the first comment. There, you will find a simple practice, guided with love, that can help you connect more deeply with the divine presence in your life. Even when silence hurt you, when you thought time had forgotten you, when your soul questioned whether I still saw you, I was writing your restart with divine precision. While you cried, I was shaping you for something greater than you dared to ask. While you doubted, I aligned connections, doors, answers, and opportunities. While you felt alone, I was clothing you from within so that you could carry what now comes to you. Today, son, open yourself to receive what is already yours by spiritual right, to live the harvest that your faith planted in days of battle, to enter what once seemed unreachable. The time of your waiting was not loss, it was foundation. It was not delay, it was preparation. It was not silence, it was formation. Now, what I promised you draws near with power, and nothing can stop what was born to be yours. Comment, I trust in God's love, He is my refuge. I tell you, son, nothing that I brought through the fire to give to you can be destroyed by human hands, because what I formed for you carries the mark of eternity and does not fall apart before the pressure of the world. I do not bring crumbs to you, but fullness. I do not give leftovers, but abundance, because your inheritance is not born of chance, it is born of my purpose. Every delay had intention, every closed door was protection, every silence was my divine signature saying, "Not now, because I am strengthening you for something greater." I do not place a crown on a fragile structure, which is why I strengthened you when you thought you were being broken. I do not deliver a promise when there are wolves at the door, which is why I hid you in my arms. I do not allow a blessing that would destroy you, which is why I perfected you in depths where no one sees. You were not neglected, you were guarded. You were not forgotten, you were refined. The waiting was the time in which I built in you the capacity to sustain what I promised you, shaping your vision, your spirit, and your maturity so that you would not waste what now stands before you. Now is the time to breathe differently, think differently, walk differently, because what comes is not small, not shallow, not ordinary. It is the full manifestation of what I always declared over your life. Comment, I trust in God's perfect timing. My son, receive this deeply. There was never a failure in my faithfulness, not for a second, even when you believed your heart was alone and your spirit no longer found direction. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm 30 verse 5. I saw you when your soul tore in silence, when you looked to the sky with a request trapped in your throat and asked, Father, is it still for me? And in that very moment I placed angels around you, because your fragility does not push me away, it draws me near and moves me on your behalf. When you had no strength to rise, I carried you in my arms. When you had no words, I read every tear as a prayer. When you believed your faith was too weak, I saw it as pure incense before me. Nothing you lived went unnoticed. Now, son, enter the season in which what was hidden is manifested with force, what seemed impossible begins to take form before your eyes, and what your soul judged dead receives now my breath of life. This is the time when your hope rises, your vision becomes clear, and your promise finally blossoms. Comment, I believe God turns my mourning into joy. I give you today something that is not just an answer, it is deep repositioning, an internal realignment that touches every part of your soul and redefines how you see life and yourself. It is not just comfort, it is rebirth, it is the reconstruction of what time tried to wear down and the restoration of what you believed you had lost. What I place in your hands now realigns your spirit, strengthens your mind, heals old wounds that you hid even from yourself, and establishes you in a level of maturity that once seemed unreachable. My peace will dwell in you not as a visitor, but as a king who governs your interior, calming storms and ordering thoughts. My light will teach you to decide with wisdom, to speak with authority, to walk with confidence even in unfamiliar territory. Your breathing will change, because your burden will be light, your thoughts will find order, because my voice will guide you, your steps will have direction, because I give you expanded vision and firm purpose. I am leading you into the phase of life where you do not merely survive, you flourish, where you do not beg, you harvest, where you do not hide, you shine, where you do not fear, you advance. This is the beginning of your new season. Comment, I receive the peace that God places in my heart. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. My son, I pour over you today a healing that reaches far beyond the body, one that touches the soul, the hidden places no one sees, the corners where your heart has bled for years. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147 verse 3. My healing does not touch only what hurts, it touches also what you forgot needed restoration. My provision will come aligned with what I designed for your life before the foundation of the world. I will give you connections that lift you higher, friends who remain, alliances that strengthen your spirit and protect your identity, people who carry the same heaven I placed within you. My son, this healing is deep, holy, and final. Comment, I believe, God is healing parts of me I didn't even know were wounded. After this day, my son, you will not move as you once did. The rhythm of your soul will change. The pace of your thoughts will be orchestrated by my hand. I remove the weight that consumed you, that enslaved you to human expectations, that made you believe you had to prove yourself to be worthy. I break cycles that try to repeat themselves like shadows over your life. Every emotional, spiritual, and generational chain that attempted to bind you to the past will be destroyed by the light I myself ignite within you. You will live with a heart that expects goodness, not disaster. You will be guided not by fear, but by hope. The future will no longer feel like a threat, it will feel like promise. Comment, I leave old cycles behind and walk into God's new. My beloved son, the light I place within you today will shine so brightly that the darkness which once intimidated you will retreat without effort. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? Psalm 27 verse 1. I will lift you like a lamp set upon a high place so your life becomes illumination for many who still walk in shadows. You will no longer speak from desperation, but from authority. You will no longer live bent under burdens, but aligned with heaven. Every step you take will become a testimony. Every word from your mouth will be a seed. Every decision you make will be a map for those who watch you. I pour grace upon grace, peace upon peace, direction upon direction. Comment, I walk in the light God has ignited in me. I am placing within you a peace so deep it will govern your mind like an established throne. This peace will teach you how to respond with calm where you once reacted with fear. It will teach you to rest where you once exhausted yourself. It will teach you to trust where you once doubted even your own hope. I will give you discernment to separate what belongs to you from what does not. The work of your hands will fit perfectly into the purpose I prepared for you, without confusion, without waste, without burnout. You will stop apologizing for being who I created you to be, and you will finally embrace your true identity with confidence. Comment, I receive the peace that governs my heart. There is a restoration beginning today, my son, and it is greater than returning to what once was. It will lead you into what always should have been. I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten. Joel chapter 2 verse 25. I restore your honor, your voice, your dignity, your confidence. What the enemy attempted to steal I now transform into multiplied harvest. Years that felt lost will return in the form of opportunities, connections, open doors, maturity, and favor. I am leading you into new ground, fertile, blessed, expansive. And everything that flourishes in this new season will be the fruit of my hand upon your life. Comment, I believe, God is restoring everything in my life. My beloved child, lean close to my voice and let every burden unclench from your spirit. I am here with the fullness of my presence, not in fragments or echoes, but in the weight of my glory resting upon you. What I have begun in your life is not fragile, temporary, or uncertain. It is deliberate, ancient, and rooted in my eternal intention for you. I am unraveling the knots that formed in the unseen corners of your heart, the knots of fear, the knots of striving, the knots of self-doubt you learned to carry like identity. I am breathing over the places within you that were starved of hope and calling them to rise again. The voices that once dictated your steps will lose their influence as my voice becomes the compass of your soul. This is the hour in which I reclaim what trauma attempted to rename, restoring you to the truth of who you have always been in my design. You will not return to the old version of yourself. You will not regress into shadows that once felt familiar. You are stepping into a clarity that cannot be reversed, a healing that will not unravel, and a purpose that will pull you into dimensions you once believed were out of reach. My child, this is your becoming, steady, luminous, unshakable. I am releasing opportunities that are not traps dressed as blessings, but holy doors crafted precisely for your hands to open. You will not need to force your way in, plead for recognition, or exhaust your soul trying to fit into places I never intended you to stand. Invitations will come without manipulation, without bending yourself into smaller shapes, without losing pieces of your authenticity. These invitations will carry the fragrance of alignment, assignments stitched to your identity, work shaped to your design, and pathways that honor the truth I planted inside you long before you understood its worth. The weight you once carried trying to prove your value will fall away, replaced by the ease of walking in rooms where you were always meant to belong. Purpose will no longer be a scavenger hunt, it will be a homecoming. Favor will walk with you not as decoration, but as responsibility, sharpening your discernment and anchoring your steps. For each door I open, I will stand within it, ensuring you are not walking into chaos disguised as opportunity. You will no longer chase acceptance. You will carry presence. I am touching the wounds buried beneath your bravest smiles, the grief that hardened into identity, the disappointments that whispered unworthiness into your bloodstream, the silent agreements you made with pain because healing felt too distant to hope for. I am speaking to the places within you that forgot how to breathe, reviving what felt suffocated by years of endurance. No longer will sorrow write your definition or fear dictate your limits. I break every inner vow that told you were too much or not enough. I break every lie that taught you to shrink. I dismantle the internal walls you built for survival that now stand in the way of your expansion. This restructuring of your inner world is part of my divine delivery. My restoration is not cosmetic, it is structural. I am restoring the architecture of your soul. You will no longer live as one chasing scraps of peace, you will walk as one who carries wholeness. You will not be ruled by memories that wounded you, you will testify from places they once held captive. Healing is not merely the quieting of symptoms, it is the rewriting of your narrative from the inside out. Allow my kindness to stand unedited in your life. Do not shrink it into something explainable. Do not dissect my generosity until it feels manageable. Let wonder take its full shape within you. Let gratitude rise before understanding arrives. Faith is not the science of knowing how I will move, it is the courage to open your hands before you see what falls into them. What I give you in this season is not a trophy meant to elevate you above others, it is a trust meant to deepen you within me. Carry it low to the ground, with humility that keeps your heart soft and your steps steady. Pride fractures the vessel, humility strengthens it. I am placing into your life gifts that require stewardship, not performance. Do not disguise exhaustion as competence. Do not pretend strength where honesty is needed. I do my best work in rooms where you tell the truth about your fears, your longings, your questions, your hopes. Make space within you. Clear the inner table. Release the coping mechanisms that have expired. What protected you once will suffocate you now. Let me lead you into rhythms that sustain what I am building inside you. Guard your mornings like sacred thresholds, for they set the cadence of your spirit. Bless your nights with release, trusting that I work while you rest. Protect your eyes and ears from the noise that dilutes your peace. Obedience is not a burden, it is the path that keeps the promise near enough to touch. You will know my work in your life has taken root when the ache that once shouted becomes a whisper, when the lies that once found easy access cannot locate your new spiritual address, when the door that resisted you opens with a quiet surrender. You will feel the alignment inside you, like a key turning in a lock it was always meant to fit. Do not rush past these moments. Pause. Name my faithfulness. Let gratitude wash you clean. Waiting did not weaken you, it widened you. You will be stunned by how lightly you carry what once pressed your chest with heaviness. This is because I grew you in stillness, shaping your endurance not as a scar but as a strength. What you thought was stagnation was preparation. What felt like delay was deepening. I am bringing reconciliation into places that felt permanently fractured. Not every relationship will return to its original form, but the bitterness attached to them will lose its language. I am softening hearts you stopped praying for because disappointment made your hope fragile. I am turning prodigals toward home with new vision. I am silencing tongues that spoke against you and empowering voices that will speak life into you. I am orchestrating connections that restore what loneliness tried to convince you did not deserve. Mentors will emerge where you once walked without guidance. Sons and daughters in the faith will gather around your spirit, recognizing the wisdom I formed in you through years of quiet obedience. You will understand that community is not merely proximity, it is alignment. The wounds you endured in unsafe relationships will not dictate the story of the ones I send. You will live guarded by peace, not guarded by fear. Know this, my delivery in your life cannot be intercepted. It is sealed with my sovereignty, protected from jealousy, untouched by slander, and unthreatened by the intentions of those who misunderstood you. What I appoint cannot be stolen, delayed, rerouted, or diminished. Those who tried to grasp what was not theirs will find their hands empty. Those who prayed against your progress will be confounded by your blessing. Those who judged you prematurely will witness the fruit and understand later. Do not pollute your heart by rehearsing old injuries. Your vindication will not come through your defense, it will emerge as the natural overflow of what I am building in you. This moment is larger than your timeline. The peace you receive now will become inheritance for the generations that follow you. Your community will breathe easier when you enter, carrying the atmosphere of heaven with you. Your obedience today splits the spine of generational patterns and rewrites the future. What I am placing upon your life is not borrowed. It does not mimic. It originates. It is a fresh anointing, one that feels like holy ease where there was once effort, like sacred traction where you once spun in place, like a new voice rising from old wounds with authority born of intimacy. I am giving you strategies that look like simplicity, instructions that appear small but carry multiplied impact. Do not underestimate the power of the uncomplicated. Small hinges swing heavy doors. Watch how consistent obedience reshapes entire landscapes around you. Provision is aligning itself with your purpose, not to flatter you, but to fuel you. Resources are streaming toward your assignment. Opportunities will recognize your name. Discernment will become your safeguard, preventing detours that once seduced you with false urgency. You will know what to pick up and what to bless and walk past. You will no longer be driven by fear of missing out but guided by the certainty that what is meant for you will find you. My beloved child, draw near and let these words settle upon your spirit like morning light touching the surface of still waters. There is a boldness rising in you that does not wound, a courage that does not burn, a strength that does not fracture what is fragile. I am shaping in you the rare gift of authority without hostility, firmness without force, clarity without cutting. You will walk in rooms without needing to sharpen your edges, because your presence will speak what your voice no longer needs to strain to explain. My love rests upon you like a mantle that fits perfectly now, not oversized, not heavy, not borrowed, yours. I am calling you mine in a way that redefines how you see yourself, how you carry your history, how you enter your future. Walk beside me and you will notice your days shifting into a rhythm where peace is not occasional, but continual, where wonder trails you like a second shadow, where strength rises in you without demand. I am delivering closure in the places where you searched tirelessly and found none, because what eluded you is something only my hand could finalize. Papers will complete themselves, conversations you dreaded will dissolve before they reach the surface, expectations that weighed on you will slip away like garments you outgrew. You will no longer seek permission for the identity I authored within you, nor applause to sustain obedience. What I am building inside you will echo louder than any external room, and your soul will finally realize the volume of my voice surpasses the noise of the world. Walk through your home with new awareness. Agree with what I am placing in your spirit. Bless your threshold, bless your rest, bless your table where nourishment meets soul, bless the tools of your craft, for I will turn ordinary objects into instruments of divine purpose. Dedicate your calendar and you will watch me reclaim your time. Forgive the story you once apologized for living. There is nothing in your past that I cannot repurpose into wisdom, compassion, or depth. Do not shrink from my movement within you. Welcome it like royalty welcomes a procession designed only for them. Expect me in the ordinary. Expect my presence to interrupt common moments with holy clarity. Expect laughter to return as if it always belonged. As I pour into you, release freely. A river that moves stays alive. A heart that gives stays full. Encourage generously, bless without calculation, steward without fear. When I nudge you to speak, let your mouth open like a gate of truth. When I nudge you to close it, do so as an act of wisdom. Give away what I never told you to store, worry, regret, old judgments, the pressure to be understood. Your heart will not run empty giving what I continually replenish. You ask, will I know when the new season begins? It is already here. It began when your spirit felt warmth while reading the words you thought you stumbled upon by chance. It began with the memory that rose to the surface not to shame you, but to comfort you. The confirmation will unfold with phrases repeated where you least expect, solutions arriving simply, reconciliations forming without strategy, doors opening without your knocking. Honor each sign as a kiss from your king. And when resistance stirs, as it often does when light increases, remember my voice over your instinct to argue or panic. You do not need to sprint to keep what I secure. You only need to stand. I will surround what I bestow, guard what I release, and answer what you cannot. Your charge is alignment, staying close, staying soft, staying aware. Keep the oil of intimacy burning, not through striving, but through affection. Lift your eyes when the wind tries to impress you with its noise. Let gratitude lead every decision, for gratitude starves fear of language. Build a daily altar, a space where nothing speaks louder than my presence. Protect this space fiercely, for it is the lamp that keeps your path lit when everything else grows dim. Establish boundaries without bitterness, so your yes can be holy and your no can be clean. Keep a soft heart, but firm edges. Do not isolate yourself. Walk with those who value both your soul and your mission, not one at the expense of the other. Let rest become the sermon your nervous system has longed to hear, for rest declares that your source is me, not your striving. I am calling you deeper into truth, deeper into light, deeper into the peace that does not tremble under pressure. This is the moment where destiny and readiness meet. I am not handing you something fragile that requires fear to maintain. I am placing in your life a living reality, my reign active within your days, my peace dissolving worry like morning fog dissolves beneath sunlight, my wisdom setting your pace, my joy becoming the very atmosphere you breathe. If you could see the armies of light accompanying this moment, your fear would bow before it had time to rise. You are not who you were when you first cried out to me. You have become the one capable of stewarding what once would have slipped through trembling hands. The timing is now not because you finally earned it, but because you finally embody the maturity required to carry it. Receive without shrinking. Receive without apology. Receive without feeling responsible for the comfort of those who misunderstand your expansion. Let your receiving be worship. Know this with a certainty that roots deep and cannot be uprooted. I am not only delivering to you, I am delivering through you. The blessing you carry is both inheritance and assignment. Wear it with honor. Wield it with humility. Live it with courage. Offer it with discernment. Your future will not resemble your fears, for fear is a terrible architect. Your future will mirror my faithfulness. Lift your hands as an act of surrender, open your heart as an invitation, and whisper alongside me, I receive what you release. I keep what you give. I walk in what you reveal. Let these words serve as a key. Let your agreement open the door. I am beside you in the unveiling, within the unfolding, present during the stewardship, steadfast through storms, constant beyond applause, near in quietness. My presence is the wrapping, the content, and the guarantee. What I give, I remain within. Take this, beloved child of my heart. Your presence here in this moment is not a coincidence. This alignment was crafted for your spirit alone. In a world pulsing with noise, conflict, and uncertainty, you have stumbled, not accidentally, but divinely, into a sanctuary built from words, light, and breath. You are not lost, not wandering aimlessly, not reaching without purpose. You have been guided into a space where your soul is seen, known, understood. Allow your essence to rest in that acknowledgement. You are not invisible to me. You are not overlooked. Every whisper of pain, every flicker of hope, every unspoken prayer, I have held them. And now I answer not simply with words, but with movement. Not with ideas, but with transformation. Not with promises only, but with fulfillment. Let the quiet recognition settle into your bones. You are exactly where you need to be for what I am about to unfold. Your transformation is not distant, it is active, alive, unfolding like dawn. I have untangled what you could not. I have lifted burdens you mistook for identity. I have removed the weight of proving, striving, performing. You are stepping into a season where identity is not a battlefield, but a birthright. Stand in who you are becoming. You will witness your own spirit expanding, your mind stabilizing, your voice clarifying, your heart softening yet strengthening. This is not accidental growth, this is divine cultivation. I am aligning the soil beneath your feet, the air around you, the timing ahead of you. What once resisted you will now recognize you. What once intimidated you will no longer sway you. You are stepping into rooms designed for your voice, your presence, your calling. Not rooms you forced your way into, rooms I have unlocked. And as you walk forward, know this final truth like breath in your lungs: everything I release into your life carries my presence within it. You are not walking with fragile hope, you are walking with fortified purpose. You are not stepping into uncertainty, you are stepping into alignment. You are not receiving mere blessings, you are receiving the architecture of a destiny I have long prepared. You are my beloved child. You are ready. You are held. You are sent. And this moment, this awakening, this stirring, is only the beginning. My beloved child, draw near with the fullness of your attention, for what I am unfolding before you is a mystery of grace, liberation, and revelation designed uniquely for your spirit. There are depths within you that you have not yet witnessed, realms of healing and clarity waiting to rise like dawn after a long night. Do not turn your gaze away too quickly, for premature distraction can cost you waves of restoration meant specifically for the chambers of your soul. The unveiling I am preparing for you is not a distant promise suspended in the cosmos, it is a living river moving toward you in this very moment. You are stepping into a season where hidden truths about your identity, your calling, and your history will be illuminated with clarity that silences confusion. I am reaching for you with intimacy, not with abstraction, not with metaphor, but with the exact tenderness your heart has longed to feel. This is not a vague blessing drifting through the air, it is a precise breath of my voice directed at your inner being. Every intention I have toward you has always carried purpose, and even in the moments you believed you were overlooked, forgotten, or diminished, I was quietly shaping your path with the meticulous care of one who sees every desire, every whisper, every weight you carry. Nothing slips from my awareness, not the dreams you voice aloud, nor the ones you cradle silently, nor the ones you fear to admit even to yourself. Stand tall, my precious one, for fear has no rightful seat in your spirit. You were never made to bow to discouragement, nor to submit to the shadows that once haunted your steps. Everything I remove from you and everything I nurture within you serves your highest good, even when the process feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable. My intentions for you have always been wrapped in provision, peace, and sustainable growth. I am not offering fleeting relief but lasting transformation, an anchoring strength that gives you hope not only for today, but for every tomorrow. Embrace what I am saying with full focus, and silence every competing voice. You will notice as you surrender to this moment that your movements will gain an effortless grace. The heaviness you have carried for far too long will begin to dissolve. You will find yourself stepping out of old patterns that weighed your mind and burdened your spirit. Understand deeply, not as an idea, but as a revelation that settles into the marrow of your being, that you are already crowned with victory. Triumph is not something you chase, it is something you wear, something that rests upon you because my favor surrounds you now, guiding each step as you move forward into what I have destined. With every breath you take, you draw nearer to the fulfillment of the promises I constructed for you long before you recognized their shape. You are not walking toward failure, you are walking toward preordained triumph. Let nothing persuade you otherwise. Move with unwavering determination, for strength is rising in you like a tidal wave empowered by divinity itself. Know that although many are invited into the circle of favor, few truly accept its weight, responsibility, and blessing. I have chosen you not by accident but by deliberate love, and I do not desire for you to walk alone. Enter the space where my message becomes nourishment for your spirit, where companions in faith help carry the fire that I ignite within you. You have been entrusted with the privilege of identity, my child, my beloved, my noble one. Yet privilege is not simply to be admired, it is to be honored. Allow the truth of who you are to influence how you speak, think, walk, and respond. Let the weight of your divine identity shape your posture, so that you carry yourself not with arrogance, but with a gentle, confident authority that reflects my nature. Your existence carries profound significance, not for vanity or self-exaltation, but for a sacred purpose woven into the foundations of your life. Guard your heart with vigilance, protect the essence I have placed in you. There are celestial beings surrounding you even now, watching with reverence as you choose to move forward with courage. Every time you step in faith, heaven responds with a melody, a sound that honors your bravery, your resilience, your longing to grow, and your refusal to surrender to darkness. Your smallest gestures of devotion, humility, and trust bring me joy. When you come before me not with entitlement, but with wonder, I receive your presence with delight. As you prepare to rise each morning, carry this truth with you like armor: you hold immeasurable value in my heart. Do not let the whispers of insecurity, the judgments of others, or the regrets of your past diminish the brilliance I placed within you. Treasures lie within you, gifts, strengths, insights, and authority that you may have overlooked or underestimated. Seek them, cultivate them, and you will transcend every limitation you once believed was permanent. When you embrace my words with unwavering faith, you will discover an unshakable truth: those who speak against you, criticize you, or misunderstand you hold no real power over your destiny. They may attempt to magnify your flaws, distort your history, or cast doubts upon your calling, but their attempts are powerless before my plans. Stand firm in the progress you have already made. Do not surrender ground you have fought to reclaim. Do not diminish the gifts I have entrusted to you. Mistakes may occur, but do not let them overturn your confidence. I see the sincerity of your heart. I see the devotion behind your efforts. I know that you do not treat my words lightly nor disregard my guidance. Understand this: your value does not disappear when you falter. Even when you stumble, I hold you with unwavering love. This love is not fragile or conditional, it is steadfast across every season of your existence. Yes, there are those who envy the grace upon your life, who desire your fall because they misunderstand the source of your strength. They cling to strategies rooted in bitterness and insecurity, but they cannot undo what I have established. Let their shadows fall away while you continue shining from the peace that anchors you. Remain grounded in this serenity, for it is from this place that you will always respond, not from fear, not from defensiveness, not from wounded pride. I have given you a spirit that does not react but discerns, a heart that does not crumble but expands, and a mind that does not spiral but steadies itself in truth. Lift your eyes and behold what I am constructing within you. There is a maturity forming, a stability rising, a clarity emerging that will become undeniable even to those who once doubted you. The more you recognize the magnitude of what I have placed within you, the less you will be swayed by the opinions or resistance of others. You are entering a season where the light in you will become too radiant to ignore. You will no longer shrink to comfort others, nor silence your voice to maintain peace at the cost of your purpose. Instead, you will walk with a grace that is gentle yet powerful, soft yet unbreakable. Your presence will shift atmospheres not by force, but by alignment with my spirit. Continue moving forward with the assurance that I am with you, not behind you, not ahead of you, but beside you. I am threading strength through your bones, peace through your thoughts, fire through your calling. Everything that once intimidated you will lose its influence. Everything that once restrained you will release its grip. You are stepping into territory meant for your feet, not borrowed, not temporary, but purposeful and prepared for you since the beginning. Trust what I am forming within you, even when the process feels slow or unclear. Trust that I am orchestrating connections, opportunities, and transformations in ways you cannot yet perceive. My timing has always been perfect, and your readiness has finally aligned with my intention. You are stepping into a chapter where freedom is your rhythm, revelation is your language, peace is your anchor, and purpose is your path. Do not doubt what you carry. Do not question what you are becoming. You are cherished, you are chosen, and you are capable of bearing the weight of the glory I place upon you. With love, God. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.